time to confront a major threat to our global environment. Cows. Yep. Turns out that worldwide, livestock are a major contributor to greenhouse gas pollution, right up there with cars, planes, and trains. And at the rate we're producing beef worldwide, emissions from cows, along with other harmful practices in beef production, threaten to mess up our climate, land, and water. Big time. On average, Americans eat 3 times more meat than people in other countries. From the end of World War II to the mid-1970s, beef consumption per person doubled. The U.S. is now the largest beef producer in the world. Our beef industry is a powerhouse worth $74 billion a year and providing millions of jobs. Today, more and more Americans are choosing chicken and pork, even tofu. But much of the meat we eat is still beef. Let's look at an all-American food, the hamburger. On average, we eat about 3 burgers per week. So let's see. If all 313 million Americans eat 3 burgers per week, that's 156 burgers per person per year. Altogether, that's more than 48 billion burgers every year. A quarter pounder at a fast food joint costs about $3 or $4. That's pretty cheap. But what we don't pay for at the counter, we end up paying for in other ways. What are the hidden costs? First of all, cows take up a lot of space. Worldwide, livestock use 30% of the Earth's entire land area. That's counting pastures and land used to grow grain for feed. We use about 8 times as much land for feeding animals as for feeding humans. And in places like Brazil, acres of forest are still being cleared for livestock, which creates pollution and also removes a perfect sponge for absorbing carbon dioxide. And did someone mention water? It takes about 1,800 gallons of water to make a single pound of grain-fed beef. That's about 4 times the amount for chicken and more than 10 times the amount for a pound of wheat. Why does it take so much land and water to feed cows? Well, for one thing, cows eat a lot. During the first 6 months, a calf eats and eats and eats. When it's about 700 pounds, it's sold at auction, usually to a feedlot, which is like a very crowded cow city. At the feedlot, the cow continues to eat and eat and eat. At most feedlots, cows eat a mixture of soy and corn. This whole feed system's pretty new.